Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi everybody. It's Tuesday, October 16th. That's kind of the mood I'm in. I wanted to do this because this is like the hardest part about marathoning and training and running in general, and it's like the moments when you're just like tired and over it and just like don't want to do anything. Cause today we have 5-mile repeats going from marathon, half marathon, half marathon, half marathon to 10K, which is a fine workout. Like that's not, it's what the beautiful thing about this is, like back in the day, like that used to scare the crap out of me, and now it's just like whatever. I just feel so drained. And it's on days like this that I try to remember, like, it is okay to feel like this. It is okay to not want to run. It is not okay to let this attitude influence what I'm going to do out there, because who knows what's going to happen. And like, this is literally the last week where speed will affect. Speed work, tempo work, all this work will influence what happens on marathon day. And I mean, the amount of work that I've put in to working towards the New York City Marathon is just hard to wrap my brain around. That's how hard I've worked because I want this so badly. And like, that is what I remember on days like this, because yeah, this is gonna be hard and I'm tired and I really just don't want to get up from this position all day long, and I have a lot to do and I'm really stressed out. There's a lot going on, but this is a choice. I don't have to go run. I don't have to go do speed workout. I could very easily go to a spin class or do a 3-mile jog or just like do a 6-mile jog. I could do anything, but I'm choosing to go do mile repeats because I want to. I do want to. Period. I'm just tired, which is fine. Everything's fine. Oh, but goodness gracious, I'm tired. My body. Marathon training is so hard. Here we go. 5-mile repeats. I chose this. I chose this.
Way too fast. But that first mile is a downhill, so 60 seconds of rest. 2, just under 8. It's a little bit uphill, so feeling good. 3 more. But I'm not thinking about 3, I'm thinking about 2. No, now. I'm tired. It's getting hard. Trying to count. 1, 2, 1, 2. 28 seconds. All right. 1 mile at a time. 4. I'm running very strong, but I don't know if I have sinus stuff. My brain feels like it's gonna explode. My jaw feels tight. 1 more. 5, just under 720, I think. That was exhausting. I feel good though, I think. No, don't question yourself. What is that? I feel good. All right, 2 miles home.
I'm not moving my air pants. I'm too tired. Well, I did it. I mean, talk about from melodramatic pre-run little boohoo cry me a river, I have to go run video to like boom, nailed it. But that's the reality of this. Like, I don't know anyone who gets to this point in training we're like, what? We started this nonsense in July, August, September, October, like 4 months in. I'm tired. I'm tired of running. I'm having fun. Like, don't get me wrong. It feels so good to finally see the results I've been so afraid we're missing. But my God, is my body over it. It's so over it. My body's over it. My brain's over it. I am over it. Still excited for the race. You can be both. I'm just like fried. It's exciting that it's almost over. And like I'm in the first week of taper, which is hard because I haven't been running the crazy load that I did the first time I tried to BQ, or even the second time. Oh, I guess that's not true because I got hurt like 2 weeks before I went into taper. So I like drastically reduced my running. But I remember how excited I was to taper the first time I tried to BQ because I went from like a bajillion miles when it hit that 75% less mark. I was like, oh my God, yes. And then when I hit the 50, like when I just kept like reducing my load, it was every week was like, ha. But this time, like this one, like the first week of tapering for me, like I'm not really going to feel anything because it's exactly what I've kind of been doing the whole time. But yeah, if you're interested in what my splits were today, my first mile, the hard thing about Prospect Park is like I do the bottom loop when I do tempo runs or repeats because it's about 2 miles around. And the one side has a pretty like significant downhill for a quarter of a mile and then it's a flat. But then the other side has a pretty significant like elevation gain. It's very gradual, but it gets you because it's like that for like 3/4 of a mile, maybe a half. But it's a long way, so it's hard to get like even splits. I like it because I think it like I think it's a better way to practice on what you're really gonna hit on race day, like especially here in New York City when 5th Avenue is Mount Everest. And when you're going down Cat Hill at mile like 25-ish, 24-ish, I don't even remember, but you know, those hills get you whether you're going down or up. So today in my workout, I was supposed to do first mile at marathon pace, then half marathon pace, half marathon pace, half marathon pace, and then 10K pace. Going into it, I knew I wanted to do 8 to 15, but I knew I wasn't going to hit this because the first half a mile was downhill. So I knew it was going to be really fast, and I was just kind of like, whatever happens, happens. I'm going to take the downhill and then like run at effort, which is like not that hard. Let myself kind of pull back a little bit. And then half marathon, I was hoping for something like 7:45. And then the 10K, I would have loved to have hit 7:15 was my goal. So this is what I did. 7:42, 7:56, 7:45, 7:26, and then 7:20. So definitely like a progression, except for that first mile because that first mile was mostly downhill, so I'm not worrying about it. But yeah, it was fine. It was pretty good. I was looking at that 7:56, which was my first take going on that pretty significant uphill, and I definitely could have pushed a teeny bit more, and I did in the next coming miles. But I have to say, like, counting, like Rebecca said, has been really rad. I didn't need it as much as I did it today. I think counting really helps me, like the second I start to talk to myself and then let my legs fall back. But today, like I felt very present and very groovy, and I was just practicing counting because when my mind started to wander, my legs still kept up. It's when my mind starts to wander and then I start judging that I kind of let myself let go. So today was really good, but the whole counting thing just like really has been a great thing to practice. Oh, let's talk about this weekend. I didn't film anything because my GoPro was dead. But I'm glad I didn't because I had the worst long run I've had all year. Truly terrible. I don't know what happened. My legs felt like they had cinder blocks, like cement blocks on them. And it was such a bummer because my really good friend was in town who used to be my partner in crime here running in New York for like 2 years, and then he left me and moved to the other coast. And so me and GB ran together, and I was so stoked to run with him and spend time with him, and I felt like shit. And GB is the best and totally was like there for me every step of the way. And what sucked is like my paces were strong. I didn't feel like I was pushing, but like I wanted to quit every step of the way. And I like I didn't bring my cell phone. Had I had my cell phone, like I 100% would have gone in an Uber. If I would have had my subway card, I would have gone on the subway. And then had I had my city bike key, like 100%, I just would have biked ride with GB. But it was awful. And like the rest of the day, I was dead. I came home, I laid in bed, I took a nap, and then I watched Ironman Kona. And then we had friends over, and I just like couldn't hang. I was so bonked out. But my nutrition was on point. I was fine. I ate well. I don't know what it was. I've been really stressed out the last 2 weeks, like super, super stressed. And when I get this stressed out, I get really tired. Like it feels kind of like depression. And it's like, because my sleep schedule hasn't been normal, and because I'm having a hard time like falling asleep, and like so many people have been in town the last couple of weeks, like 3 weeks, which is really hard because on the one hand you're super excited, but on the other hand, like just see them and hang out with them. But on the other side, like all I really want to do is be home and like not doing anything. I don't want to see anyone. I just want to go to bed or work. And so like juggling everything has been really hard, but I'm fine. Everything's good. It's like good stress. Nothing bad. But yeah, training for a marathon's really hard. I have nothing but like infinite amounts of respect for moms who do this and juggle their families. I'm tired. Are you tired? I'm tired. But I'm happy. Today went really well. I'm really glad I did it. There was like a teeny part of me who didn't want to. So, yay. All right. Thursday. What are we doing Thursday? Tomorrow I'm back on the Ultra G. Thursday, we're doing 2 by 4, 3, 2, 1 at half marathon pace with 60 seconds of rest, which in context of today is like NBD. And then Saturday is 16 miles, which is like FUCK, really. Last 3 at, half marathon pace. Much better than 20, I'll give it that, but like, man, am I ready for that 10 miler? And then the race. I'm just ready for the race to be here. It's almost time. Just keep going. All right, that's it. Goodbye.